Yeah, that's beautiful when I was working through here earlier. But the service was interesting. I mean, it's Catholic and it's very orderly. You know, there were like a little choir, and you know, there's a ceremony and the singing. It is so very, oh, Christ we glorify God. You know, very, very, well, interesting, definitely. Reminds me of a lot of things, but I'm not going to talk about that necessarily right now, because I'm just going to show you that real quick and show you really some, in addition to hopefully eventually inspiring you somehow to really begin on that process of really learning and being interested and being creative, to also show you some really great sites in San Francisco. And I definitely invite you, encourage you to share this also with the group. Again, there is a group for Conscious Revolution. I haven't actually been there for a while. Haven't seen anybody post any videos there. And the videos that are posted are all, I guess, not about the person who made them, talking about life and talking about themselves and sharing themselves with others, which is something that I'm definitely doing here, and I've come to find it's very, very important to do that, to share ourselves. Absolutely. The problem in relationships, in our day-to-day relationships, we all have those, is that many times it's difficult to share ourselves with others. And we're not really heard by the other person, we're not really understood. And that's very, very difficult. And then people become alienated. Because, again, people misunderstand. And people take things out of context many times. And that's why we have arguments. And we don't see eye to eye. Because it's ultimately about, learning to see where the other person is coming from and understanding where they're coming from, where they are coming from. And love is something that, we do. It's about being there for another person. Of course it is a feeling. It was the first talk I had in Kansas, so what was that, 5 years ago, 6 years ago? I was at the Boys and Girls Club, and I talked to young children between the ages of probably 8 and 12 about love, and I asked them a very simple question, very basic question: what is love? Is it a feeling or an action? My point back then was that love is an action. I used to have a screen name, Love's an Attitude. I've definitely come to find, of course, of course it is a feeling. If we feel loved by the other person, as a result of what they do, as a result of how they act towards us, in a very, very loving, kind, understanding, caring, compassionate way. And love is a giving. It's about what we do for the other person. It's how we are being there for them. That's the key. And many times we hold on in relationships or to relationships which are not based upon that. There's something we fall in love with, something we see in the other person, and many times there are other things we don't like, and then we are trying to change the other person, which is something I've definitely gone through during my marriage of 12 years. It was it was a big disaster, but I've learned a lot through that, definitely. Learned a lot. And that's what it's all about, what we learn. The view again from Grace Cathedral, the sun is there, so you can't really see. Anyway, it's about acceptance. I've come to find it's one of the most basic, most important elements, most difficult for us to really, put that into action, to practice acceptance. It's not about what we approve based upon what we like, as we compare everything to ourselves. Acceptance is to see reality as it is, to see other people as they are. And really beginning with seeing ourselves for who we are. And that is difficult. Because it seems to me that most all of us go through the world and we see only what we want to see, and we compare everything to ourselves. And so we can't see reality. We only see our own reality. He's got a good whistle there.